Of course, here's a detailed 5,000-character script focused entirely on judges, their roles, powers, and how they make decisions. This script is engaging and straight to the point, perfect for narration in your video. A judge, the most powerful person in the courtroom. They don't chase criminals like the police. They don't argue like lawyers, but their decision can change a person's entire life. In just one sentence, they can send someone to prison for life or set them free. But how do judges work? How do they make decisions? And do they follow the law, or is there more to it? Let's start with the basics. A judge is the person in a court who listens to both sides and gives a verdict based on law. But judges aren't just there to give punishments. They ensure justice is served. Justice doesn't always mean punishment. Sometimes it means protecting innocent people from wrongful accusations. How does someone become a judge? Becoming a judge isn't easy. First, they have to be lawyers for many years. They need deep knowledge of the law, experience in handling cases, and a strong reputation. After years of hard work, they can apply to become a judge. But even then, they don't get full power immediately. They start with small cases before handling major ones. Judges don't make decisions based on emotions. They follow legal rules, evidence, and precedents. Precedents are past court rulings that help judges decide similar cases. For example, if a court ruled that self-defense isn't murder in one case, the next judge might follow the same principle in a similar case. Types of judges. Not all judges handle the same types of cases. There are different kinds of judges for different courts. 1. Trial court judges. They handle criminal and civil cases. They hear witnesses, look at evidence, and decide verdicts. 2. Appellate court judges. They don't handle trials. Instead, they review cases where a person thinks the lower court made a mistake. If they agree, they can change the previous decision. Supreme Court judges, the most powerful judges. They deal with major legal issues that affect an entire country. Their decisions can even change laws. How do judges make decisions? A judge's job is to be neutral. They don't take sides. They only follow facts and laws. But sometimes cases aren't clear-cut. Imagine a man steals food because his family is starving. Legally, theft is a crime. But morally, is it fair to send him to jail? That's where a judge's wisdom matters. They don't just see what happened, they try to understand why it happened. Judges rely on 5 major factors. 1. Evidence. What proof is there? Is the person guilty beyond a reasonable doubt? 2. Legal precedents. How have past judges ruled on similar cases? 3. Arguments from lawyers. What points do the prosecution and defense make? 4. Public policy. Will this ruling affect society in a bigger way? 5. Personal judgment. Sometimes the law is unclear and the judge has to make a tough decision. Do judges always follow the law? In most cases, yes, but judges also have discretion, meaning they have room to interpret the law. This is why 2 judges might give different punishments for the same crime. For example, 2 people commit the same crime, but one is a first-time offender and the other is a repeat criminal. The judge might give a lighter punishment to the first person and a harsher one to the second. Controversial judge decisions. Some judge rulings have changed history. In some cases, judges overturned unfair laws and gave justice to millions. In others, judges made decisions that people strongly disagreed with. For example, Brown v. Board of Education, 1954. A U.S. judge ruled that racial segregation in schools was illegal. This changed education forever. Kesavananda Bharati case, 1973. In India, judges ruled that the government cannot change the constitution's basic structure. This protected people's rights. Roe v. Wade, 1973. A judge in the U.S. ruled that abortion was legal. This decision was later overturned in 2022, showing how judicial decisions can change over time. Can judges make mistakes? Yes, because judges are human. Sometimes innocent people are wrongly punished and guilty people escape justice. That's why higher courts exist, to review past decisions and correct mistakes. One of the biggest risks is judicial bias. A judge is supposed to be neutral, but personal beliefs, political views, or social pressures can sometimes influence their decisions. For example, if a judge is known for being strict on crime, they might give harsher punishments than necessary. On the other hand, some judges are too lenient, letting criminals off easily. This is why people sometimes say justice depends on which judge you get. Judges versus juries. In some countries, major cases are decided by a jury, a group of ordinary people who listen to the case and vote on the verdict. The judge then gives the final sentence. Juries are used because they represent the public's perspective, not just legal expertise. However, in other places, the judge alone decides everything. Both systems have pros and cons. Juries bring public opinion into the courtroom, but they can also be influenced by emotions. Judges focus on legal facts, but they might be disconnected from public sentiment. Judicial power and limitations. Judges have immense power, but they are not above the law. If a judge is corrupt, biased, or abuses power, they can be removed. This process is called impeachment. However, removing a judge is rare because they are given strong legal protection to ensure independence. In countries with weak legal systems, powerful people sometimes try to influence judges through bribes, threats, or political pressure. That's why judicial independence is crucial for real justice. Why should you care about judges? Most people don't think about judges unless they end up in court, but judges affect everyone's life. Their rulings decide laws, protect rights, and shape society. A single judge's decision can change how businesses work, how police operate, or even how elections are conducted. For example, if a judge rules that a certain police method is illegal, the entire system must change. If a judge declares a business practice unfair, companies must adjust their policies. Judges ensure balance in society. Without them, laws would be meaningless because no one would interpret and enforce them fairly. Final thought, a judge is more than just a person in a black robe. They are the final line of defense in the legal system. Their decisions decide life, freedom, and justice. So next time you hear about a court case, remember, it's not just about the law, it's about the person interpreting it. Because in the end, justice isn't just about laws, it's about the people who uphold them.